FPGA, programmable semiconductors, they are used basically everywhere in many different industries, in many different applications. You can think about, for example, about the data center where it's used for AI inferencing. You can think about self-driving cars and where you have all this sensor data from all the different sensors at the car where you need to process it in real time. So in the graphic industry, FPGAs are there. If you look to the industrial applications, we have the monitoring, the quality monitoring for real-time processing. We have the medical industry with the medical images, but also the telecom industry with 5G low latency processing. FPGA applications are there basically everywhere. Many different kinds of solutions, but there's also many AI applications that are processed with it. Welcome to the embedded world here in Germany, and where I have the pleasure and the honor to have a co-host, Sandra Rivera. You are the CEO at Altera, which is an Intel company.
Yes.
It's great to have you. Thank you for the invite over here, and I have a great co-host.
Thank you.
Maybe you can give a short introduction how Altera and Intel combined.
Well, thank you so much. It's really great to be here, Ronald. And this is our first big event since our relaunch of our company, Altera, an Intel company. And indeed, I was part of Intel for over 2 decades, and Altera has been part of Intel for over 8 years. But now we have the opportunity to be spun out of the parent company and to be able to continue to leverage all the innovation and brand and reach and scale and brilliance that is Intel, while being able to operate as a small and scrappy startup that's customer obsessed and really focused singularly on the FPGA industry and our customers and ecosystem partners. So super excited to be part of this organization and to lead Altera into the next generation of innovation that we're unlocking with our customers.
Yeah, and here at Embedded World, there's a lot of excitement as well. I'm here the first day, you're here already for a day.
Yeah.
What kind of real important things have you seen that you want to share with my audience?
Well, being part of Embedded World has just been very fulfilling for me because we get to see all of the types of applications and industry innovations that you described, and Embedded World is just a great opportunity to see just the breadth and depth of innovation that's happening in every single segment of the tech industry. So super exciting from that perspective. For me personally, to be able to meet with so many of our customers, our channel and ecosystem partners, to see how they're innovating and using our products and showcasing the ways that they're making impact, positive impact using technology in industrial segments, in the automotive industry, in aerospace, in wireless technologies, in broadcast and media processing, all kinds of manufacturing applications. So just to be able to see the breadth is pretty exciting. And then of course we're announcing a number of new products here. The flagship being Agilex 5, our leadership product for the mid-range portfolio of an FPGA stack. And for us, that means that we can innovate with our customers with what is a leadership fabric. We have 2x the performance per watt over competition with Agilex 5. We have many new innovations, but the one that we want to talk about most here at the event is the infusion of AI into the fabric, and the way that with our Quartus Prime Pro software and our FPGA AI suite, we're able to allow our customers to include and infuse AI in their applications very easily with the same software tool chain, the same developer flows that they're familiar with, and it's almost as easy as plug and play to add AI to their applications.
So Sandra, you mentioned all the different industries, but I think we want to understand what are typical applications, what are the applications that really outshine over here.
Yeah, so when you introduce an AI-capable FPGA into your application, you're just introducing more computational capability. So think about object detection or defect detection on a manufacturing line. So to be able to do that more cost effectively, more efficiently, to identify defects, think about the image processing that happens in medical applications. Again, to do that locally on-site with additional computational capability with an AI-infused FPGA just allows our customers to do things faster, more cost effectively, And frankly, without the latency and bandwidth costs and time necessary to take things out externally to the cloud, you're actually able to do much more processing on site. And then in the automotive industry, you mentioned earlier, sensor fusion, getting all of the radar, the LiDAR, the cameras, all of that the input into autonomous driving, and to be able to process that more quickly, more cost effectively. Again, this is a great use of FPGAs and embedded in those applications. So.
And one thing is, once it's embedded, they want to update it.
Yeah.
Can you explain more how that works?
Well, this is the beauty of an FPGA, which is it's reprogrammable. And it's scalable and extensible, so as different security standards or different automotive standards or different wireless standards are established in the industry, you're able to just reprogram that FPGA to be able to install, download, and then deploy with those new standards and those new capabilities and those new features. So it's just a platform that continues to give you refresh opportunities and extensibility to something that you deployed many years ago, but continues to be fresh and exciting and capable.
And how is that different from existing processors, which are often produced en masse?
Yeah.
So how is this different, so everybody understands?
Well, you can think of an FPGA as a whiteboard. Like, you can write anything on that whiteboard and erase it and start over. And so the beauty of an FPGA is that from a power, performance, area, and cost perspective, it's a lot more efficient and infinitely reprogrammable. And so it really fits a space where you want to be able to continuously change and update a platform or a product over many, many years. And the longevity of FPGAs is also quite unique, because many of our customers want to deploy for 10, 15, 20 years. That's not typical of a CPU or a GPU environment. They're trying to refresh much more quickly in 1, 2, 3 year cycles. And we are in the business for a long term, but also with that opportunity to refresh and to keep up with the technology innovations.
Great insights, and you have some great partners over here as well.
We do.
I love to meet.
Yes.
Can you introduce me?
Yes, let's go do that now.
Yeah, all right, let's go.
So Ronald, I want to introduce you to Claudio Ambra, CTO of XOR International.
Nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. I've heard great stories about you. And I heard you developed some great Industry 4.0 type of applications. Can you explain what kind of FPGA type of applications you work
Sure. We are working in industrial automation, and our company, we develop a controller. We have industrial control where there is a lot of CPU workload. We are now in the important step where we release a new edge controller. So it's very powerful industrial control where we are integrating control, connectivity, and what is very important nowadays is AI function, AI acceleration, so AI execution in the field.
And can you explain me how it's used? So for the end user who is they're not really into FPGA, can you explain how you use it, how they can apply it, what type of industries, what type of use cases?
Yeah, what's important is in our application to combine software and hardware in a very efficiently in the real time. When I say real time, with the control is very deterministic. We have integrated using Intel technology CPU, is Eckhart Lake CPU, working together with Altera FPGA.
Yeah, and maybe just a little bit on the software. Just talk a bit about how we enable the developers to actually introduce AI into their industrial automation applications.
Our process is starting, OpenVINO is Intel technology. When you have a trained network, for example, we use object detection, trained network, this software helps us to fit the design. And then, of course, from OpenVINO, using AI suite, we are moving to have a fast implementation in the FPGA running. The solution we found, it provides a very fast and very easy access, especially for dynamic process.
And what kind of use case is object detection used, for example?
Yeah, what we have is very heavy CPU workload that is very nearly impossible to do without FPGA. We need to detect the defects. They are on the screen. Think your smartphone. If you have a scratch on the glass, you need to detect. The human eyes are very, very difficult to detect. The only way is to have a high sophisticated camera system, and you need to make a trained neural network to learn what is defect. And this defect is object detection, a deep learning object detection. That is a neural network that is implemented running in the Altera FPGA. The target Altera FPGA is to go faster. So when we fit such algorithm in the FPGA, we are executing very, very fast. And the frame per second must be fast as possible, because think about the machine that has to test. Here in the embedded we have a simulation, but practically it's not so far at the real machine when you detect the scratch. So you have we have a takt time in the production is 1,000 screens per day, and you must have very, very fast process.
And if you create a new algorithm which is more accurate, more processing power, how do you update it?
Yeah, there's another, first of all, we are connected machine, and using internet technology, we are connected to the cloud. We have Extra International, we have our own Corvina cloud that enable to deploy in the dynamic way the algorithm in the field, at the field level. The effects are not the same, and you know the human brain need to learn. If you find something different, you have to understand, you have to accurate more the algorithm. But this way means that we need to vary the dynamic, the process for development should be very, very dynamic and flexible.
Yeah.
Flexibility is what we found using AI suite and Altera technology in the FPGA. So we also compare in the other technology to give you some benchmark. If you compare the algorithm execution, the neural network execution, the inference execution in the Altera is 19 times faster than normal CPU. And this is based
9-0.
19 is 19 times faster. And this because, you know, is the main advantage on FPGA is, how to say, it's very optimized efficiency in comparison with the software approach.
And a strong part of FPGA is the applications of AI. So next to these algorithms that do the scanning, what kind of AI do you apply?
We have the deep learning, the procedure is deep learning. So mostly object detection is the main target as a visual system. Consider now the technology is going to the camera is one of the most important sensors, because it's similar what the humans are, they can see in the, and this process is similar to expert people. They are able with a sophisticated tool to recognize the defects.
Yeah.
As I say, the deep learning is very, very heavy. This is a reason, I think, because normal CPU cannot do. Need to have some support in the co-processing, we can say. I would like to say that also software is very, very important, because you need really to optimize the algorithm. And this process is not working well. It's too heavy, become too expensive and too slow. That's the problem we have.
And can you explain something about your time to market? How long does it to develop? Do you use?
We say, yeah, we save a lot of time. I would like to say months on the developer. The good point, we are able to have a young engineer working together with more expert senior engineer in some technology. The concept could be adapted at different object detection. When we say deep learning is, for example, if I want to see if one screw is not mounted, we can detect. The main problem before is to make a trainer of the network, but also to change fast. So in the FPGA, you know, is intrinsic technology where you can modify. The go-to market now in our approach is starting now, and providing such kind of process for AI inference, neural network execution, the field dynamic, enable us to release the product and then to support the market when the product is in the cloud. So if a customer has a different use cases, we can adapt. So that's very important to be dynamic.
And I like to understand your clients. So how do they use it? How do they differentiate their products and with your products embedded in it?
Yeah, our customer clients are mostly for industrial control. They are machine builder, and machine builder are typically using soft PLC, HMI software is very traditional. So we have invested a lot to introduce a framework in Corvina in our own platform, where the AI suite is a part of the solution to get easy to use. Consider that who developed this to take care of the machinery construction, and the focus is to have efficiency and the machinery running fast. So we support with framework, with tool, and the software must be easy to use and to adapt different use cases.
And Sandra, AI is so important for Altera. We mentioned already some of the cases, but can you put it a little bit in a broader perspective? Why is this so important?
Well, and I think XR International is just highlighting the importance of continuing to innovate on the platforms and how AI makes everything faster and better. And frankly, the role that the FPGA plays in additional computational capability in the high performance, low latency types of applications, time sensitive networks, the kind of performance that we can increase 19x over what is the traditional processing platform. So this is all of the work that we've been doing to really bring computing, communications, high bandwidth, low latency, computational capabilities in the era of AI. And we like to think about this is also the era of FPGA as well.
Yeah, and I have to say, I'm very excited thinking to the next, because consider this is a gigasong, and we have already developed Agile X5 model that is very, very small.
Yes, this is a beauty.
And in the preliminary benchmark is already 5 times more faster. So means that in the next evolution of the Altera family, we expect less power consumption. Look at the size dimension, so better integration and more performance. So this is for us very exciting, and we expect that also evolution of our product will be strong.
But I think it's very exciting for your clients because they benefit from it. So if you compare this 19x performance improve, what's the difference for your clients? So they have the machines. Machines run faster inspections.
Good point. Think about
that's why you do this.
Think about the KPI of the production. Yeah. You improve the KPI, and you improve the quality, because if I have a faster algorithm and neural network execution, the inference executed in real time, I have more accuracy in detection the defects. So it means that our process, the machine builder, will be able to have more quality, and faster KPI performance will be better.
And do you have insights in what the kind of impact it is? Because I can imagine if they have less return goods, it can be substantial.
Yeah, absolutely. Consider we are in Europe, we are in a better world 2024. We already start to talk Industry 5.0. Our customer, they say sustainability, green product, and if you are able to say is very, very important. But quality itself, consider this kind of product to go in the high-end solution, and so it's very, very important to assure to have no risk in the production.
And I'm curious about the future outlook, both from your perspective, but especially, Sandra, from your perspective. Yeah. What can we expect? Is it smaller, faster, low energy? What are the metrics that we can expect?
Yes, yes, and yes.
all the right answers.
Well, it's a win-win-win. It's higher performance, it's lower power, it's lower cost, it's more sustainable, it's greater computational capability, and so everything follows Moore's law, right? Which is that you should be able to get more for less as time goes on.